The mystery of Flight 19 remains one of the most chilling anomalies in aviation history, a vanishing act so complete that it helped give birth to the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. And as we revisit the case in this 2026 forensic audit, what we uncover is not just a story of human error, but a scientific enigma that challenges the very limits of navigation itself. It began on a clear afternoon, December 5th, 1945. 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers lifted off from Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale on a routine training mission known as Navigation Problem Number 1. The flight path was simple, a triangular route over the Atlantic designed to test dead reckoning 14 men, highly trained, experienced. Leading them was Charles Carroll Taylor, a veteran pilot with over 2,500 flight hours, a man who had survived the Pacific theater of World War II. Everything about this mission suggested one outcome. They should have returned, but within 90 minutes, something went terribly wrong. Taylor's voice crackled over the radio. "Both my compasses are out. I'm over land, but it's broken. I'm sure I'm in the Keys, but I don't know how far down." That transmission became the first critical fracture in the mystery, because modern flight path reconstruction shows something alarming. Flight 19 was nowhere near the Florida Keys. They were hundreds of miles to the north, over the Bahamas, which means Taylor wasn't just lost. He was seeing a completely different reality. His instruments were failing, and his perception didn't match the map. As the afternoon wore on, the situation deteriorated. A storm front began moving in from the north. Visibility dropped, the horizon blurred, and the 5 aircraft entered what pilots today describe as electronic fog, a state of extreme disorientation where the sky and ocean become indistinguishable and navigation instruments begin to fail. Inside the cockpits, tension escalated. Junior pilots began to question their leader. One voice, calm but desperate, cut through the static. If we would just fly west, we would get home. West meant Florida. West meant safety. But Taylor refused. Because if his belief was correct, that they were over the Gulf of Mexico, then flying west would take them even farther from land. This was the breaking point. 2 realities, 1 decision, and 14 lives depending on it. Despite growing doubt, the pilots followed orders. Military discipline held the formation together as the squadron drifted deeper into the Atlantic. Then came one of the most unsettling details in the entire archive. Pilots began describing the ocean as white. Not blue, not gray, white. Like the boundary between sky and sea had vanished, like the world itself had lost its orientation. By early evening, fuel was running dangerously low. Darkness closed in, and at 6:20 p.m., Taylor gave his final command. "All planes close up tight. We'll have to ditch together unless we hit landfall." 5 aircraft preparing to crash into the ocean together. After that, silence. No confirmed crash site, no distress signals, no debris. Flight 19 had vanished. But the mystery didn't end there. A rescue operation was launched almost immediately. A massive PBM Mariner flying boat carrying 13 crew members took off to search for the missing squadron. The Mariner was known among crews as a flying gas tank due to its heavy fuel load. Just 20 minutes after takeoff, it disappeared. A nearby ship reported seeing a fireball in the sky. A sudden explosion, then darkness. In a single night, 27 men were gone. 2 aircraft groups, 2 separate missions. No survivors, no trace. For decades, the official explanation remained unchanged. Pilot error, disorientation, compass failure. But this explanation leaves critical questions unanswered. Why did all compasses fail at once? Why did trained pilots doubt their leader, but still follow him? And most importantly, why has no wreckage ever been conclusively found? Not a wing fragment, not a life jacket, nothing. Now, In 2026, researchers are revisiting the case with fresh perspective. As we approach the peak of solar cycle 25, scientists are observing increased magnetic disturbances across Earth's atmosphere. Solar storms are known to disrupt navigation systems' radio signals' magnetic fields. In extreme cases, they can create localized anomalies, zones where normal navigation simply breaks down. Some investigators now believe that Flight 19 may have entered one of these zones, a region of intense magnetic interference, a place where compasses spin uncontrollably, radio signals distort, and the environment itself becomes disorienting. What Taylor described as white water may not have been water at all, but a visual distortion caused by atmospheric conditions, an effect of ionospheric disruption, a kind of natural interference capable of confusing both machines and the human mind. But even this theory doesn't answer everything, because the ocean still holds it silent despite decades of search efforts using sonar, submersibles, and deep-sea drones. No confirmed wreckage of all 5 aircraft has ever been found together. Some researchers point to the powerful Gulf Stream, capable of scattering debris across vast distances in days. Others suggest the planes may lie buried beneath shifting ocean sediments, hidden beyond reach. And then there are those who ask a far more unsettling question. What if the crash site isn't where we think it is? Or worse, what if something else happened entirely? The disappearance of Flight 19 became the foundation of the Bermuda Triangle legend, a region now associated with unexplained vanishings and navigational anomalies. But strip away the myth, and what remains is far more haunting. 14 men flying a routine mission, slowly realizing they are completely lost. No landmarks, no direction, no certainty, just fading instruments and a darkening sky. So we ask you, if your compass failed, the horizon disappeared, and the ocean turned white, which way would you fly? Drop your theory below, because here, in the Vanished Mysteries Archive, we don't accept unsolved as the final answer. We follow the evidence, we question the narrative, and we keep searching, no matter how deep the mystery goes, because somewhere out there, beneath the Atlantic, or beyond our understanding, the lost patrol is still waiting to be found, and until that day comes, we will keep listening for the final transmission.